just woke up at 3 a.m. What woke me up was I let myself get too warm, so my tooth is hurting. I've been listening to an audio that Olivia gave me. It's an alpha wavy thing. It's really nice. And I just woke up and I had another insight. This one was about letting go. And the mess I got myself into with burning because of that thing that I wrote. Economics 1. That made me schizophrenic, I guess. Or maybe that was the peak of my schizophrenia. The dogs are barking. Yesterday, I found a skull, a burnt skull on the ground. Sorry, no, the day before yesterday. In the evening. And it took me a while. The only thing I can think it was a skull of a chihuahua. Somebody had burned I don't think ceremonially. I maybe the dog had died. I hope it just died. Some other cause being burned. Who knows? I remembered this episode in Tapachula, just before I went completely nuts in Tapachula. I went semi-nuts. I'd found this chihuahua that had been run over, and it was just left in the street with a broken leg. And it was a she. Maybe she even had puppies. And I asked around who tried to find it, where the owner lived. I couldn't. And then a lady and her son or her daughter, I don't remember. It was a lady and her child came along, and they were sort of also concerned, and so was I, and they didn't want to pick the dog up. It's because they can actually bite you quite hard. But this little dog was just so, the look on her face, she was just sitting there patiently saying, oh, I don't know what to do about this. So I picked her up and carried her to the vet. And then I had to make a decision, and I made it based on money. I didn't have enough. It was going to cost several thousand to have her legs set. And I didn't have that. And oh, it was awful. I had to decide then and there. I just said, "Oh, will you kill her?" You're supposed to say, "Put her asleep." And they did that. And it was horrible. And I cried. The lady wanted to know if it was my dog. The veterinary assistant. And I said no, but I'd done the deed. And then I had to decide. Well, they gave me the dog and the dog's body, and I had to decide what to do with that. I couldn't find out where the dog lived or I left it outside the house near where it had been when it got run over. In a bag with a note with my email address, I think, and maybe my phone number. And then later, when I got really fed up, I went along to the vet, and I asked him again, said, "Can I have that vaccination that you gave to the dog?" I said, because I said, all you have to do is measure my body weight and multiply it up. It'll work. Can I have that? And they said, no, you can't, because you're a human. But I would have gone for it. That was real cowardice. After having written that you'd be burned alive on full public view, to go and try and con a veterinarian to just give you a lethal injection. Oof. But because I was crying, it was a kind of snot fest. And I had a COVID mask on my face. And then I took the mask off, and there was this huge string of snot. And then I just broke out laughing. Oh, what a mess. I'm not a very good, not even a good method actor. So there's some people here. There are plenty of people here that are in connection with people that know from Chiapas. And I think that's what the dog skull was about. Maybe there's ceremonies. In Bolivia, occasionally people burn all their clothes. Maybe you have to sometimes make ceremonies to change your when you change your plans, when you yeah. That's enough of that for now.